A Toledo man acquitted in a 2022 homicide is now facing new felony gun charges, and his attorney says his only crime is simply owning a weapon. Tonight, we're hearing from his lawyer, State Representative Josh Williams, who says this man's Second Amendment rights are being violated. Michael Sandlin joins us with more. Michael, get us up to speed on this case.
Well, Jeff, Vontae Garrett is an Army veteran and former Indiana special deputy who nearly spent years behind bars after shooting and killing a man outside a bar in 2022. It was later proven in court he acted in self-defense, and Garrett has kept his gun by his side ever since. But little did he know his #1 source of protection would become a legal thorn in his side.
Vontae Garrett says he was on his way home to Indiana after visiting family here in town when he saw police lights in his rearview mirror. A Lucas County Sheriff's deputy was pulling him over.
He said the car was stolen. That was the initial excuse, and then it became, oh, these plates go back to another car. They actually belong to the person I bought the car from. I was just transporting it back to Indiana so I can get the registration and title switched over in my name.
Garrett says the deputy asked if he had a firearm, and as a former law enforcement officer himself, Garrett says he knew to immediately answer yes. After all, what's the trouble? Ohio is an open carry state. But to Garrett's surprise, the officer charged him with improper carrying of a firearm, a felony.
Yeah, I was trying to clear it up with everything before it even escalated to that situation where I was in handcuffs to let the officer know, hey, I'm a CCW carrier, I have a lifetime membership, but he wasn't hearing it.
And just like that, Garrett was back in jail, charged with a felony and prohibited from having a gun, the very thing that saved his life 3 years ago, something that outrages his attorney, Josh Williams.
How is that possible in the state of Ohio? That you are going to commit a crime if you don't tell them, and if you do tell them, you're going to commit a crime as well, even though you have a CCW.
Williams shared the documents given to him by prosecutors at the Sylvania Municipal Court. They argue the charge goes back to a section of the Ohio Revised Code that states no one can transport a loaded weapon in a vehicle that's accessible to the operator or passenger without leaving the vehicle. But Williams says there's one flaw in that argument. If you flip to the next page of the Revised Code, people with a valid concealed carry license are exempt from that rule. And Garrett has a CCW license in Indiana.
And if you read here, effective March 13th, Ohio recognizes the concealed handgun license of any non-resident who has a valid CCW from any other state.
Williams was reading right off of the Ohio Attorney General's website, too. So now, Williams is ready to fight for Garrett yet again.
Under this idea that the state of Ohio has right now, this prosecuting attorney, every single gun owner can be arrested and charged with a felony, and then the case may get dismissed down the line if you prove that you're not disqualified.
Williams says not only is he going to fight this case in Sylvania Municipal Court, he's now working with state gun lobbies to try to create new legislation to make sure this kind of thing can't happen again. For now, Vontae Garrett is out on bail, but he could be facing up to 1 year in jail. We'll keep you updated on his fate. Meanwhile, I also reached out to the Sylvania Municipal Prosecutor. I have yet to hear back. Reporting in the newsroom, I'm Michael Sandlin for WTOL 11.